Oh, it's the monkey we lost. It's fucking 6 years.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another Sore Subjects podcast. Today we are discussing my favourite subject, UFOs, and as always we have David, Brian, Kane and myself. I think first of all to get started, I think it's important to know who round the table here believes we're alone or believes there is something else out there.
I do believe in life after love.
Life after love.
But my view on it is, yes, there are definitely aliens out there, but they've never been here. They're way too far away. Same way that we've never been to another planet.
They're still on their way.
I just think they're too far away.
Okay.
It's my view, anyway.
No, absolutely.
Well, that's the thing, yeah, UFOs, I mean, that's just an identified flying object, isn't it? But aliens...
Okay, so what are your views on, these videos that have been going out? Which have been verified.
Of what exactly?
Well, exactly.
Well, that's the thing.
Well, exactly.
But that's
my
the point.
point. My point, exactly.
We don't know they're aliens.
Well, if they're moving in certain, moving at speeds unexplainable, having technology beyond our capabilities.
Yeah, let's roll it back. Roll it back. We've got to go back to when was it? The 40s when Roswell happened? Was it back then?
Yeah.
Or the 60s? I can't remember.
I think it was 60s. Yeah.
Right. And apparently there was a crash in New Mexico, and they recovered an aircraft, which they weren't exactly sure what it was.
Yeah.
Now, by some accounts, there was also an alien in that craft. So there's obviously lots of photos and everything like that online.
Yeah.
It looks a bit dubious to me.
Yeah. But wasn't it like it was a Russian...
They say
aircraft, or it was a Russian something, and was that not Roswell? There was one anyway where it was
the
like
one in Roswell.
They thought it was like some Russian, like drone kind of thing. Not a drone, obviously, because they didn't have fucking drones then. But you get the idea, like an aircraft, basically.
Well, the crash in Roswell. They say what was found within the crash was a small human-shaped.
So humanoid
being, which a lot of people, the people that believe, it's just military, it's just NASA testing things. They believe it was just a chimpanzee or a monkey on flight, which is it's.
Who the fuck sent a monkey into space and then crashed it?
Well, they did send a monkey into space.
So you're saying they've sent a monkey into space, it's crashed, and they've gone, we don't know whose monkey this is.
No, it was in the fucking desert. It was in the desert, you fella.
What I'm saying is, if you've sent a monkey into space, surely you'd go, we've lost the monkey, and then the monkey's crashed and then gone, it's the monkey we lost. It's fucking 6 years.
But it might not.
Hang on a minute.
But it might not have been the States, though.
They didn't send a monkey. What the fuck are you going on about?
Well, you've just fucking said it was a monkey.
No.
Right.
People believed it to be a monkey because it was a small human-shaped creature in a suit.
It was a baby.
So.
But irrelevant. They didn't send it to outer space. It crashed in the desert.
Yeah, so it's something that was found, right? It was something that was found and they don't know what it is. And has that been proven?
Well, they didn't.
Well, no, it was completely... so basically, the witnesses there, and as people started making their way towards the actual scene of the accident, a few people got there before the authorities arrived. Mm-hmm. And what happened straight away, within moments, they had blacked out cars,
Yeah, because it's coming.
FBI, government, I don't know.
Fucking Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones.
Classic cover,
Will Smith.
Who all speeded there, closed the zone and told everyone to get away. And obviously those people that were there at the time before getting told to go away have all, have put out this information. Why am I still got? Where have we got that one?
I just we didn't even
fucking get it on.
They can listen. I'm going to let them listen.
We didn't even point out the fact that
take mine off.
We're wearing these. Why are we wearing these?
So they can't hear our thoughts.
Hear our thoughts.
But to be fair, Nick doesn't have many anyway.
Not many thoughts. No.
I do.
Wrong ones.
All right, so let's go back
Okay, go
to
on.
this crash site then in New Mexico. Classic cover-up by the government. Now, from there, all these wild theories came out where they tested new technology, and then it's just kind of snowballed from there. Obviously, in the last 40 years since that's happened, or however long it's been, many decades, now the government, rather than just completely denying anything, they've now come out and said, well, actually, there are some situations where we've got footage, we'll release that to the public, where we just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Obama himself has openly admitted on live television that there are aircrafts out there in our airspace flying, and we have no way of explaining what they are. So it's quite evident now that there are some sort of aircrafts or phenomenon flying out there that is not even explained by our own government. So that tells you, either someone's got a secret lab somewhere on this planet and has technology beyond the rest of us,
But the
or
Russians are quite
something's been-
secretive, so we don't fucking know what
Well,
they're
look,
doing.
I'm a big lover of space. I'm a huge lover of space, but for some reason I can't get to grips with UFOs. Right? I can't grasp it for the simple fact that all these sightings and all these things that have been seen that have happened, they all seem to be in the 40s and the 60s.
Well, yeah.
What now?
I just feel like at this point, if there's been aliens, wouldn't there be some just proof?
Definitive
Definitely.
proof.
We've seen
Well,
something.
hang on.
I mean, this long?
Hang on.
Could
Yeah.
they hide?
Hang on.
Well, how long have we had the technology that we have now to even video the things, let alone see them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only way to prove things, before the last 20 years was just by eyesight and a very shit camera. The technology we have these days allows us to now start capturing this and then looking further into it.
Yeah, but when was the last time you've seen a video of someone or a news article in the last 10 years of a UFO?
Many.
Very recently, the Tic
Loads.
Tac.
Yeah.
That Tic Tac, which is what the American government have actually released to the public, right? 3 or 4 different videos there, radar and all kinds of things, where you can see it. It's clear. It is clear, and they do all the calculations from the screen and everything, where they've gone from however many thousand feet to sea level like that, right? That's not possible with the technology that we've got, right? It's just impossible
And
to go to those distance.
The Tic Tac scenario that you're talking about, that flying object was being seen by these air pilots every single day for the period of 2 years.
Tic Tac.
Right? They were told to completely ignore it, carry on with their jobs, and many pilots have come forward and said, we see these things every day.
Yeah.
Every day we see them.
Where are
We
they
just get
flying?
told-
Are they flying over the Bermuda Triangle?
That was over by San Diego, just off the coast of San Diego, which is the west coast of USA.
Right, my next fucking point. Why are the sightings always in America?
They're not.
They're not.
They're
You
not.
just hear about them, I suppose.
You hear them a lot about in the States and that, but there's sightings in the UK, there's sightings in Europe, Germany. I think there was one. The Astra project, I think it was basically like a triangle-shaped object that was massive, size of a football field, right, with a central light, and then on each of the 3 corners of the black triangle there was another light. But they were big, and these have been viewed by members of the public. People recording it on their phones. Obviously, a phone's never going to catch.
They don't ever do it justice. Well, the reason I ask is, as I say, look, I'm a big believer of it's bullshit.
Really?
A lot of bullshit. Yeah,
You've been a bit of a buzzkill.
See, I don't.
No one likes a buzzkill.
Hang on. Let me explain. Right, I have looked up and I've looked at things and whatever. The reason I asked about the American thing, right, was I looked and I was like, I'm watching all these documentary of these fucking hillbillies that he come down and shot with laser beams.
It does always seem to be hillbillies, doesn't it?
Right, that's what I'm saying. They always seem a little bit pissed off. Now, I searched, right?
Pissed off?
Yeah, they all seem a little bit like
On many drugs.
yeah, they all seem a little bit abused of some sort of mental deficiency, right? Now, I googled and I searched. I was like, alien
take this
sightings,
off.
not in America or the UK. Now, the first thing that come up was in the Euro Weekly, which some people may know as is it the Sur?
It's a local paper here in
it's a different paper. It's a different paper.
In Spain, right?
Yeah.
If you can get the video up, I'm going to show you. It's a video. This was taken in Alicante, Alicante in Spain. So you can see it here. It's only a short video. You guys at home will be able to see it when we put this all together. So I'm going to press play. There's a little bit of music. I don't know if we can.
It's quite a
Okay, cool. So we'll press play here. You probably won't be able to see it anyway, but okay. So you can see there's a dot here. You'll be able to see it in a minute. And I see what you're saying about the movement of it, right? So it starts. Let me see. It starts there, and then it shoots down in a minute. Oh wow, is that it?
Didn't see anything there.
Is that all it was?
It's very difficult to see because of the.
Yeah. Is that? I mean, I watched
But
it.
the thing is, the way I view that as I don't believe that's a UFO. First of all, it's a thunderstorm.
Right.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
you've got crazy things going on in the sky, mate. That could be nothing than a bird freaking out in the sky.
Take a look.
But
Just take a look.
But
and
also,
just
let's
see what I
get
mean.
the term right. So UFO is an unidentified flying object.
No.
Well, yeah.
Something that you don't know what it is. Is it?
Well,
a UFO?
that's why they commonly use it now.
Doesn't mean alien.
Yeah. So a UAP is the proper term, unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Yeah.
So it's something that is in the air. It's not just an object. It's something that you can't not identify just what it is, but what it's doing. So because it's it could be something in the air that's round shaped, right?
Yeah.
All right, it's just sitting there. It's not a phenomenon.
I see something white in there.
It's the movement that's erratic, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, that is pretty fucking erratic. If it was a bird, I'm literally contradicting myself, right? Because I'm calling bullshit on it, but then I'm trying to explain it. Because the thing is, I want it to fucking be real.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I do. I went up an octave then. I want it to be real, but I'm just like that. They're always in the same place, and as I said, coming from the same purpose. So when I saw that, and it's in Alicante, I was like, oh, a little bit closer to home.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's look at that. Do you know what I mean? But
this one, so the one that David was talking about earlier, the Tic Tac video, which is very famous because it's the most, what I've seen so far is the most
I need to look into
revealing UFO video I've ever seen. And a guy named Luis Elizondo, who was actually the former director of the Advanced Airspace Threat Identification Program, actually had to fight to get that video declassified. So that video was classified and it was not meant to get out to the public.
have you got footage of this? Can you put footage of this
I can get footage of this up, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So basically he fought to get this declassified, and eventually, after many court cases and things, they allowed it, to go out to the public, right? And then the pilots that witnessed it and filmed it have been out speaking about it. But when this guy's been asked, is there any other videos that are still classified? Is there a lot of other videos that are still classified? And he said yes. Very revealing videos and photos that still remain classified. These ones that we can see now have just been able to...
Right, so that brings me on to my point, because you're calling bullshit, why haven't we seen an alien, all that kind of stuff, right? I've got a feeling that the US did get something, all right? They did see something in the desert there, and I think they've had contact with aliens since then, all right? I think they are quite guarded on what they're revealing to everyone, because if you can think about it, right, you as a country have got access to technology that no other country's got, right? So that's going to have benefits for military, benefits for day-to-day stuff as well, all this new technology that you have access to. Why would you want to share that?
I completely. I'm contradicting. The thing is, I'm like, I try and watch it and I try and get into it, but the videos that you see, I want it to be like in the movies. Do you know what I mean? I want it to. I want to see. I haven't seen. I'm watching it and I'm like.
But have you not seen the documentary Signs?
Yeah, that's what I'm on about.
Oh, sorry, and the other one, Men in Black.
That's where we got this from.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? No, what you're saying there is it goes into my belief of religion. Taking if aliens or UFOs were to be discovered and it was to be put out into the public, it would null and void religion.
That's actually what the American president at the time said. He didn't want to release that information because it would cause havoc.
And because there's no mention in any of...
Well, certain religion, because look at Scientology, they believe...
Well, no, but what I'm saying is...
Isn't it like aliens did actually were here before us, and they created us, basically?
Well, they're cave paintings. There's cave paintings from thousands of years ago.
Well, that's with you got
with pictures of spacemen on there.
You've got this. I was gonna bring that up with things like Stonehenge. So there's a picture of Stonehenge on here that you can see. This was believed to be a map of the solar system. So where's Stonehenge? There it is. So it was believed to have been built as a map of the solar system.
Okay.
Eric von, where is it? Yeah, it's in Salisbury, between Bristol and
Salisbury or Salisbury?
Salisbury.
What is Wales?
I can't.
No.
It's
Is it not in Wales?
That's down the road.
But these are like sort of things that have been created that are sort of questionable. Were they created by aliens? Then you've got the Maui Easter Island heads. You've got, where are they? They are heads. Do you know how many of these there are?
Thousands.
Yeah. There's nearly 900.
Okay. All right.
But
Okay.
900.
But weren't they actually like full bodies in the?
Yeah. Well, if you dig down deeper.
Yeah, they've sunk, haven't they?
Oh,
I mean, they're
see.
massive. They're massive. And then let's have a look at the Aztecs as well. Let me see if I can find that's going back. This one, what is it? The town of Cusco is called Saskatchewan. I'm probably not pronouncing that wrong, but these rocks.
So what are we looking at here then?
So this is like a huge fortress, right? These rocks are like 360 tons each, and they all fit perfectly in with each other. So it's sort of like the whole pyramids thing. It's not just the pyramids. There's these things that have been created, but again, like there's other things that have come out that said, like, things have been found as to why they've been created. But to a culture years ago that had no knowledge,
no modern machinery or anything.
Modern
like
machinery.
That.
How is this done? It would have taken thousands of years, surely. And as a human race, we haven't been here that long.
Depends how many people you have working on it. I don't know.
I mean, I
it's like the Egyptians with the pyramids.
Well, that's what I was. That's what I was going. I was going with that.
Because some people think the pyramids were built by aliens, don't they?
Yeah, there's certainly theories out there about that. Yeah,
but that's obviously because there's the how many pyramids are there?
Well, there's three
main ones there in Cairo. Is it Cairo in Egypt?
Yeah.
Disclaimer, just in case.
Yes, his name's Cairo. Yeah.
Okay. Well, they're built obviously under Orion's belt. So I mean, I think this.
So it's aligned with
with the solar system. I think this is what's the word when you love something, when you want to love romance. The romance for me is thinking that this is all created and it's come from another species. But I find it so hard to believe. I find it so hard to
but why?
But you believe in aliens.
I believe that there's same as you. I believe that there's something.
There's got
further away. There's maybe bacteria or something like that.
To use one of our colleagues, it's logical to think that there isn't any kind of life on any other planet.
I think there's a bacteria somewhere.
How can we be the... No, but I think there must be...
intelligent life elsewhere.
There's got to be civilizations out there.
So
how can we be the only in all the universes, it's impossible.
So the first life form on Earth was bacteria, or microbes. And what scientists actually believe is to create the life forms such as what we have now, ourselves, animals, a bigger species, is one microbe and another microbe would merge, which would be typical. And what would normally happen, one would die, and then that would just go on from there. But on this occasion, what's happened is the microbe has entered another microbe and used it as a host. And then this is now developed new abilities to convert oxygen into energy. And then that was the kickstarter of what's then involved larger species. But the probability of that happening is like rolling a dice and getting a number 1 a billion times in a row. So this is the thing now. It's thinking, right, I personally 100% believe there is other life on other planets. Right? But
There's so
did
many
that
planets.
really rare occurrence happen there as well? Where that managed to happen again over there, and then
Well, there must be, because there's
Yeah.
infinite planets out
Yeah.
there.
And they'll be completely different.
oh yeah, no,
Nothing like
and this
us.
is the big problem. Every time you see an alien, picture of an alien, or someone draws an alien,
2 legs, 2
why
arms.
is it in a
2
human shape?
eyes. Yeah.
It would never
Exactly.
look anything like us. It would probably be
Wouldn't-
more
Wouldn't
worm-like.
breathe.
You know?
But if there
Wouldn't
is
breathe the
aliens,
same. Eh?
if there is aliens,
Yeah.
right, if they are an intelligent life, what the fuck are they coming here for?
Well, that's
Well, it's
the same way
Why?
we would want to go.
the same way we would want to go there. If you're an intelligent life form, right, you explore. You know, you explore, you learn,
That's what we've been
and
trying
study, and that's what intelligent beings do.
to do. I
Any
mean,
animal.
we're nowhere near that yet.
But that's what I'm
but-
saying. So like we are technically ants, right?
Yeah.
So when you're walking along the street and there's a load of ants, you just ignore them,
Yeah.
right? And that's what I think the aliens would do. I think that or the UFOs, they're gonna look at us and go, they're thick as shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not. There's
But that's the thing. There's a
we
theory.
have nothing. If they can have intergalactic travel and they can go from one universe to another to here,
That's true.
We've got fuck all to offer them. What
That's
are they?
true.
What are they here?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are they here for?
Well,
And that's why I think
they might
we get
get the
so-
resources of our planet. Our planet's quite unique. It's in the Goldilocks zone between our star and the rest of the
We have
planet.
a very habitable planet,
No, you-
and that is going to be interesting. To if there is other intelligent species out there, they might be watching us over, looking, studying, but they don't want to make themselves visible to us. They're not interested. We were probably nothing more than just a beehive to them.
That's when we
They're just
find
looking.
out.
Would you be interested in communicating with a bee? No, but you'd watch them, study them, learn. You don't want to talk to it. You're not interested in playing with it. You
They
just
don't
you
fucking
get-
speak back.
Exactly, but because they're beyond that, so there's the chance of that's happening. That there are the intelligent far beyond us, and this is why we do occasionally see these UAPs.
Oh,
No.
UAPs and UFOs,
Yeah, UAPs.
ABDs, ENDs, ENCs. I mean,
So right, I've had an experience. Okay,
Oh, have you?
wow.
so it was me and my brother.
Was it in a dark room?
Just after saying
Was your uncle there?
Jesus Christ.
Here we go.
Right, so it was when we were a lot younger. We were coming home. It was sort of 6 o'clock in the afternoon, late afternoon. Come out of the car, and we've just looked straight up, and there was what I can only explain as three discs, but together. So it looked like one object, but you could tell it was made up of three different sections. So we were staring at it, looking at it, me and my brother. My mum's just gone straight into the house, not bothered, not interested. And we just kept looking at it, and we're like, what is that? Why is it like, why is it just sitting there? And it wasn't a helicopter, no sounds or anything like that. We just were staring at it, just sitting there, very stable. And then, within 2 minutes after staring at it, it literally did split up into three, and it just went all in different directions. Each piece shot off in a different direction.
How old were you?
About 14.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like when you were young.
No.
This is something
So
that-
this happened, and we were like, what was that? Like, I'm amazed by
You
it.
all saw it.
But being kids, we didn't really sort of, and we also didn't have like, the proper, internet computers.
Yeah.
When we wanted to use the computer, then we had to unplug the phone and plug. So it wasn't really something we bothered to keep looking into. So we kind of forgot about it and moved on with our lives. Anyway, as we got older, I just sort of thought about that moment. I was like, why didn't I ever sort of discuss that? And because I kept thinking to myself, do you know what? Was that a dream? Did I just imagine that happening? And I thought that the only way to have closure, I confronted my brother, and I just gave him the scenario. I said, on this day, we come out of the car and we looked up, and I'm not going to say anymore. Just finish what happened. And he took a little while, and he finished the exact story of what I had in my head. So I was like, right, I definitely not imagined that. We definitely saw
Holy
that.
shit!
Yeah.
You saw Father Christmas.
No, it was
He is real. He's real.
It wasn't Christmas Eve.
I believe in Father Christmas, but UFOs, fuck them. No, I don't believe in them.
but
That was the reindeer.
I am adamant what I've seen, right? Like something we were speaking about something earlier in the week, and you go, you can't prove I'm wrong because when I've seen something.
Yeah,
right?
no,
Yeah.
okay.
Right,
that's
so
true, that's true.
we spoke about that. So if I'm adamant I've seen that, how do you explain that? What could that have been?
As I said, fuck.
I had one person say to me, well, it could have been that off chance where three planes were all different heights and they inadvertently crossed at the same. It's like, no. I would have known if that.
That's pretty fucking logical, though.
Yeah, but not
To
at the
have
speed.
that.
How can you have that
Yeah.
if they're round in shape?
Exactly, round in shape. They sat in the same place for a long period of time, then shot.
Oh, so they were sitting.
They were sitting.
hovering.
Yeah, they were literally hovering, but not even like how a helicopter would. It was like it was a picture. It was that still in the sky.
Wow. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? You can't explain that shit. You can't.
Yeah, and I mean that's just one of probably thousands of accounts of people that have seen things that they just can't explain with normal explanations. So obviously you've got, like you said, hillbillies coming out with their stories and that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put Nick into the
No.
crackpot category. He's a person.
Wow, you know.
He's not as
And
bad as a crackpot.
also, you've got now he's world famous for working on site, Bob Lazar, where he
Oh, yeah.
worked.
Who's Bob Lazar?
Yeah, I don't know who
So
Bob
Bob
Lazar is.
Lazar, he is a very clever man. He worked for the government.
Area
on
51.
Area 51. At the time, there was another division within Area 51, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was a specific division. And he was saying he was put to work on this propulsion system that didn't operate from like a combustion engine, right? So you don't have to put fuel in it.
And like
it worked on anti-gravity.
Anti-gravity, okay.
Right, so basically, they were trying to reverse engineer that technology because
Right.
they had no idea how that. And it came up. There was an element. What was the element?
I don't know, element.
Element one.
But they were,
one or whatever,
yeah.
but-
But they were, like you said, they were trying to reverse engineer this craft, and sort of, I think the way the route he goes down is his expectations is this is something they found, and they've taken it in, and now they're trying to work out the technology.
And that was back in the 80s, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah,
this
it's
is
a little
something
while.
they've found then? Is this a
Yeah, no, this is something
Yeah.
that they found.
Because
right?
they're reverse engineering it. Why would they be reverse engineering if they made it?
What's
Yeah.
reverse engineering?
So they're
basically-
taking it apart, working out how
You've got
it
the product and you're trying to work out how it works.
Oh, right, okay.
And so you can then use it.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically they're trying to reverse engineer this propulsion system. He said there was many different departments within that thing where he was only doing the propulsion system, trying to work that out. There was maybe somebody else trying to work out the material on the outer shell of the aircraft, and they compartmentalised everything, right? So none of them ever spoke to each other. They just went to work in seriously confined circumstances where they weren't discussing it with anyone or anything like that. And he worked there for years. And it came out afterwards, and he was on live telly. He said, they had this element, they've no idea sort of where it came from and anything like that. And now, in recent years, they've actually come out and said that element does exist.
It does exist.
It does exist, and it's not made up. It does exist,
Wow, okay.
but they don't know where it's from.
Okay, this goes back to I had I was researching sort of ancient sort of paintings and UFOs in painting, in history, in the paintings. I was going to look at the Mayan history and the Aztecs, because as you mentioned earlier, Dave, there's lots and lots of different ruins that have pictures of rockets on them. I'll try and send them over to you as well.
Yeah.
But what I found was this is called the Umo no Chiri, and this was made from an actual thing that was found, and it's 3 different texts. So let me see if I can get it here. Where is it here? So there's 3 different drawings, right? So they're drawings, but these are something that was found on a shore in Japan. So this is the first drawing.
Okay.
And how old are these? How old are these?
So this is 1803.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay, 1803. Then the next one was.
It was found in 1803.
Yeah.
You know what's
this-
really incredible about that? How much that you see the thing on top?
Yeah.
This yellow thing. How much does that imitate a solar panel?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. So they found there was this text. Now you can see the little text here. This text says something, but they wasn't able to decipher what it says.
Right.
So they weren't able to decipher what it says, and it says on this one, not this one. So this was 10 years later that this one was published,
Right.
and then you've got this one. Now this one tells you what it was made from. It was made from a light steel and a form of glass, and it was actually large enough to fit a small human inside.
Okay.
So, like again,
Is that from 1803 as well?
one's 18. I can't tell you exactly which one. I'll find out which one is which. But one's 1803, one is 1833, and then one's 1843. So it's like 10 years apart from each one. I don't know why that is. I tried to find that, but I couldn't find out why. But they're all very, very similar. And the story goes, it was found on a coast in Hitachi. It's 3 different texts, and the notes say it was steel and glass, and it come with a scripture that no one could decipher, even to this day. So again, like what you were saying, it goes back to these things that I want to believe, but I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same position as you. Like, no, I completely believe that there must be life on a different planet. I just don't think they've been.
I think the reason why a lot of people don't believe is because no one talks about it enough. And no one talks about it enough because you feel like you sound crazy.
Yeah,
when someone mentions UFO, you think whack job, weirdo.
Yeah, there's a stigma attached to it. There's a
Yeah.
stigma attached to it, and that's because back in the 50s or whenever it was, when you had the whole Roswell thing, they made almost like a bloody sideshow out of it. So it's almost like a bit of a joke. So serious investigation into that from the public just sort of went away because there was a stigma attached to it. That guy's mental.
But is that the government doing that?
He wears.
Well, no, because now the government have actually, a lot of the people, there's a lot of independent places that have been set up, but there's a facility called SETI, which stands for Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. And this place then just literally solely focuses on searching for extraterrestrial life. They send signals out to space and wait for things to come back, messages out there. Yeah. There's even a satellite in space right now with the golden sound of the world. Right?
Have you know this?
Out there for something else to find.
What's it called?
It's called Sounds of the World.
No. Do you know what's the satellite called?
I don't know what the name of the satellite's called.
Voyager 1.
Okay.
I think.
Right, so the pub quiz. I think that's the
Tried to make himself sound really intelligent.
I want to know if it's
Completely
Voyager
wrong.
1. Or no, is it Sputnik?
No,
that's
Sputnik
the
was
Russian.
the Russian satellite.
Yeah.
Sputnik.
Was it?
That was the first satellite ever sent up.
I think it might be Voyager 1 then.
Okay, well we'll have a look. I can always put that up on the screen for clarification.
I think it is. I don't know.
But this has all the sounds like songs on the back of it. It has all maths equations, pictures of basically how we work things out. 1 + 1 = 2. That kind of thing.
It's got hello in like 10 different.
Oh yeah, it's got recordings. Yeah, it's got greetings from all the different languages as well. But what they are finding as well is we are receiving radio signals back.
Yeah.
It's happened a few times. One of them was captured from a university in Ohio, where it went on for 72 seconds, and it was 30 times the strength of a typical radio signal. And they still don't know where it come from. Sagittarius.
I've never seen something like
that constellation.
That constellation of stars come from that area.
Right.
But they, and that was back in 1970s, I believe, 1980s, and they're still today investigating it. They're still trying to.
Yeah, I do believe that could be possible because again, that is from very far away.
They also
also
another planet. I'll have to double check the name. I think it's like Gelasius or something like that. But there was a radio signal picked up directly from that direction of where that planet is.
Beetlejuice.
20.
There's a planet called Beetlejuice.
No, it wasn't called Beetlejuice.
There is a planet, big massive one, but go on, sorry.
But not this
That was in
planet.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But no, so this planet is 20 light years away.
Right.
Okay, and after they've had this recording straight from that location, this radio signal straight from that location, NASA later went out to dedicate say that this planet is the first habitable planet that they found. So straight away, we've now got a radio signal from a planet 20 light years away And then, a decade later, NASA come forward and say, well, actually, this planet's also habitable.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's that. What does that tell you? But then there is the worry, and this is what a lot of the scientists and SETI are worried about, is if these civilizations are billions of years ahead of us, what's to say is now we are receiving radio signals back from artificial intelligence that they've left behind, and there's actually no biological. Yeah.
What do you mean?
So basically,
but it would take so long for it to actually get the sound itself or the radio.
So for example,
it would take so long to get here that we don't really know what's there now.
Yeah, so whatever was there or could be there are probably so far beyond us that it's just machines that they've made that are.
There's nothing there now.
There's nothing there, and there's just left behind. This.
So there's no biological life forms there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right. So what they're saying possibly is
artificial intelligence.
Where we're heading to. I truly believe as a human race, I think artificial intelligence eventually will come to a point where it will take over. I do think that.
Subject for a future episode.
For another episode.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
all right, Nick. I know you probably got more to say, but one thing that I wanted to bring up with you guys, because people don't necessarily join them together when they talk about UFOs, but there's a phenomena in the UK, especially. It's actually predominantly in the UK, and it makes me wonder if that's real or not. And that is crop circles.
Yeah.
Right? Why are they always in the same area of the UK? It's bizarre.
But you get that in the States as well, though.
They do have it in the States, but when you look at all the famous ones and everything like that, they're definitely always in the UK.
Yeah.
Right? And surely that phenomenon would happen all over the world.
Well, you'd think so.
There's one in Mexico.
But you know what it is? It's some farmer going, I can get fucking news
Get a
down
plank
here.
of wood.
I can get the news down here.
I don't want to debunk. I don't want to debunk this, right? Because again, I'm a romantic. I want it to be real, but I'm debunking my own.
You want it to be like the films, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm debunking my own.
You want this to be like fucking the film Alien. You want it to
I want aliens to just come out. I'm debunking my own research. Like I'm researching stuff, and I'm like, this is cool, and then I'm going.
But I don't believe it.
But there's one in, I believe it's Mexico, that side of the world. I can't remember. I looked at it. It was on the same thing when I was showing you the Stonehenge things. Basically, there is a picture seen from space of what looks like an alien, and it's carved out like an alien, like a man, right? I don't know if you'd be able to find it now, so you can have a look. But what it is, is it's individual, and this is a lot of fucking work. Individual rocks that have been flipped upside down, so they're less tanned. So the rocks are less tanned, and it's been worked that way. But that is so big that it's been able to be seen from space.
Oh, wow.
With regards to crop circles, I don't know. I don't know. Is there a type of machinery that's able to do it?
Yes.
Somebody could go out in a field.
They proved how you do it. They proved how you do it. But you got the people that believe and the people that don't believe. The non-believers they basically said this is how you do it. You get a plank of wood and you basically step on the crops in a certain pattern.
Yeah.
Right. For humans to do that would take ages.
Yeah.
And to get with the accuracy that these crop circles are done in, from high up above you can see it, but like from ground level to get them as accurate as some of them really are.
Yeah.
That's a big ask, and I've no idea how they do that.
No.
Just stick a stake in the ground with some string on it and a lawnmower going around in a circle.
Well, no, you can't get more.
The thing is, the people that do believe that they're from elsewhere, they're created from non-humans, there's actually studies done on them where the plant or the grain has been bent over. When you do it, when humans do it, it snaps the stem.
Yeah, the stem, yeah.
Right. Whereas they've proven in most of these crop circles that's not the case. They've debunked a few that have been done by humans, but others where the stem has been bent but not broken. All right.
Okay.
And there's some kind of residue that's left on there that they don't know what it is. Some
Residue.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not saying whether I believe that entirely or not, but it's an interesting thing.
100%, because I've heard about obviously the crop circles. I've looked into it. Some people believe that they are coordinates telling. Right. So when the UFOs come above them, it's a coordinate of which way to go, or like a form of language to be able to speak to each other, to communicate. Go back to the film. I think it may have been In Signs. where that theory come from. But if you think of it that way, that would be a good way to communicate. If they're in the air all the time, you know, they can see ground view, that's a good way to communicate. But it's like their sat-nav. Do you know what I mean?
Do you remember the case of what
aliens.
happened? Well, that was in the UK as well. There was two guys that found an alien and they did an autopsy and they filmed it, and it was absolute.
Do you know what?
It wasn't true.
There's nothing more that really bugs me.
No, you don't know about it. They actually made a film about it. Okay. Weirdly, it had Anton Deck in it. Anyway,
oh, really?
Yeah, weird, right?
Of it.
Anton Deck played. No, so it's true. It was these two guys. They did an autopsy, filmed it, put it out in the public. Everyone was like, "What the fuck?" Absolute made it up completely.
Oh man!
And it was
Why have I not
crazy.
heard about
Do you know what? Right? Because I take this sort of thing with the UFO sightings and things like that quite seriously. Because I generally do believe there is something out there, and I want to only see, you know, like realistic footage. That the hoax things just annoy me because they all these hoax videos that go out, and obviously hoax.
Yeah.
Those are the videos that stop people
Yeah.
paying attention to it and go, it's just stupid.
But this is what bothers me. Why? I know you kind of said, why at this point is there still no realistic
concrete evidence?
Seen it? Because you can say, the government are covering it up. Somebody's had the phone out and
You ever know
something at this point.
Right, I was just talking about like hoax and things like that. I'm actually guilty of it myself.
There you go.
Right?
Oh, what?
This story told us before.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
So basically, this is after the
8
encounter.
people that do that.
This is actually after the encounter that me and my brother.
Disgusting.
Right.
But just
Get out.
So basically,
shut up, Nick.
what we did.
We don't care anymore. What's the point? We don't give a shit.
I felt dreadful about it, but it quickly come like, oh shit, we've gone too far, right? Because it actually worked, right? So basically, this was after me and my brother.
Him and his
Right,
mates.
hang on. Let's do it.
Yeah, hear me out.
This
So-
better be fucking good.
So this was after me and my brother had that encounter, and we saw that flying object. So later on in secondary school, so quite far into secondary school, we had camera phones. I don't know if the modern camera phones still do it now. You can always try it. But if you film the sun, if you put your camera towards the sun, it reflects back. The sun reflects back on the lens of your camera, and it shows a dot, and it looks like that dot's also in the sky. And as you move your phone away from the sun, the dot fades out and actually almost looks like it's shooting off.
Okay.
So what we did is we constructed a little scene, and I was filming my brother doing kick-ups in the back garden, and we go, see how many you can do. So I played along, bit of acting, and then he picks up the ball and he drops it and he looks at the sky. And I'm like, what? And I turn around with the camera, I get it straight away there. So now you've got this floating dot in the sky next to the sun. And we're like, what is that? And then I move the camera in a way, and it does look like it's just something that shoots
You have that
off.
footage?
Mate, this was filmed years ago
wow.
on something like probably a flip phone, a Motorola flip phone.
The thing is, you are your own demise then, aren't you?
Right, yeah, and basically, so we put this out.
Yeah, 8 people that do that.
We started sending this to people in school through Bluetooth and things like that, and everyone coming up to me going, oh my god, I can't believe you've seen it. And it just got to a point that I just felt so guilty. I was like,
you're a dickhead.
It was just a joke. But now I actually hate the people that do it because it jeopardizes the truth.
So what we're saying is you hate yourself.
I hate myself.
Yeah.
Well, I think you've got a valid reason.
That's not the only reason.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not
the
the
fucking
only
reason that
But
others believe.
10 out of 10 for
Creativity, yeah.
Creativity,
well done,
yeah.
mate. Well done, yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to think with regards to...
Do you think that now in the days of we've got access to everything as far as information on the internet, you've got WikiLeaks and all these possibilities of people leaking out sensitive data.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you think we're now going to see a snowball effect? Because I mean, it was a watershed moment for the US government to come out and admit that footage. That was watershed.
Absolutely. 'Cause,
Oh no, it was.
you know, there's 50% increase on UFO reportings from 2019 till now. Because of this. Because, you know, once you get that official, the government has said it.
They've
and
acknowledged
there's facilities, people are being encouraged to look at the skies. That tells you straight away, 50% increase, more people are spending time and looking at the sky.
I see that a different way.
I enjoy sitting up and looking at the
I
sky.
say, they've said, then I'm going to make one up and people might actually believe it now then.
Right.
You could do a nick, and send out a fake video.
Well, that's it. Oh, weird that. Yeah, since the government have come out and said it, more people have said they've seen
Yeah,
things.
because you're going to be more inclined to look at it. The people that are intrigued in astronomy and that enjoy looking up at. Probably pronounced that.
Okay, right. So
Love it.
Astronomy.
There you go.
So the people that are interested in astronomy tend to look at the sky a lot, and they're you're going to be more likely to encounter something if you're interested in it. The people that are just not interested in their just day-to-day life, they're looking at the ground or they're looking straight ahead, right?
I agree, 100%. If you're not looking at the sky, how are you going to see anything?
Exactly.
And people, when was the last time you, at night time, looked at the sky for more than 30 seconds?
to be honest, I do. I love the sky.
Oh, okay.
I do love it, and I'll sit there and I'll look up, and I'll go and lie on the beach and I'll look up. I love it. I like shoot.
Why don't you just go and kiss it?
That's so romantic.
No, I love the sky. Do you know what I mean? I do. But I like shooting stars. I like looking at the planets, and I like. It's weird. It's weird. I love space, but I hate UFOs.
Isn't it insane, to think that?
But is it out of fear?
Are you scared, Kane?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a completely different subject, but I have researched into it. So religion. I'm scared of the religion aspect of it.
Are you a religious person?
I want to be.
Do you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I know it's fucked up. But again, it's like I want to be religious, and I'm scared if I'm not. Then it's. But that's
Yeah, but the minute we get concrete evidence, and you can on footage see an alien, immediately puts all religion in the toilet.
Well, right. So what my belief is, right? There is a being.
None of the religions mention anything about other life forms on other planets.
Well, look.
Except
Here is the scripture.
Scientology is
Listen
correct.
to me.
But yeah, but then do you know the thing with a lot of religions as well? What they would actually do then to twist that is, well, yeah, God is above us, and
He made the aliens.
those are the gods.
In the
They also made the aliens.
Right, in the 17th century, Pope Paul V ordered select documents of the Catholic Church to be moved from the Vatican Library and closed to outsiders. Right, they are guarded to this day.
Mate, that's about all the kids they were
Right,
teaching.
well,
That's what
that as well. You got that as well. But they say
What's the names?
They say that they could contain revelations that threaten the church.
Correct.
Right.
They don't want that getting out.
Yeah.
And the kids, right?
And the kids.
But that's the thing for me. So I believe that there is a superior, or not a being, a sort of celestial being, right? There's something more powerful than us, whether it's an energy or whether it's out there, whether it's an alien, whether it's the Lord himself, right? And that for me is like, I don't know which one to go. I don't know where my own head is to sort of go. I want that to be right, and I want that to be right. I just want to put them all together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there's the Miracle of Fatima. Have you ever heard of this? So the Miracle of Fatima is in Portugal. So in 1917, when World War I was happening, I think it was, 3 children claimed to have received a message from what Catholics to have believed was the Virgin Mary. So these 3 kids, they turned up and they said that we've had a vision and we've seen what we believe to be the Virgin Mary. 70,000 people then turned up to where those 3 children were. This is in 1917, and people that turned up said that they saw a white spinning disc. There was claims from these 70,000 people. There was claims that they saw a white spinning disc.
Where?
Right
In the air? Up in the sky?
Yeah, up in the sky. They saw where these kids saw the vision of what was said to be the Virgin Mary. They saw a white spinning disc. Right. The church.
Easy to mix them up, to be fair.
Well, yeah, marrying a spinning disc. They look the exact same. You know, so. The church have never acknowledged it, what was happening. Now, Fatima was given, the kids were given 3 messages, but the Pope refused to reveal what the 3rd message was. So the messages were, there's a vision of the end of World War I, and the second one was a conversation that was going to be had with Russia. That's what these kids said. Now, that's what I'm saying. Like, these kids said that. Now, the message wasn't revealed until years later of what the 3rd message was, because there was so much public pressure on the Pope to reveal the message. Now, the message that the Pope said it was the assassination of John Paul III or something like that. So they put a religious spin on it, but people to this day have got their conspiracy theories going. 70,000, not 70,000 people, but of those 70,000 people, a percentage of those people that turned up there in 1917 said that they saw a spinning disc.
You know what this was?
Where these kids...
This group of kids like him and his fucking brother.
Ruining it.
Went a bit too far, didn't it?
One time.
Started a bit of a joke. Yeah, let's just say we saw something. But got out of hand.
But again, it's like, you look at it and you think to yourself, this is in 1917 where religion back in them days was a huge thing.
Yeah, right? I'm calling bullshit on that.
Why? Well, yeah, I mean, I'm...
You can't bullshit on...
look at it.
On the spinning disc.
Yeah, I just think, like, this fucking thing that you just said there about the Pope guarding that third message and then saying, oh, it's the assassination of one of the popes. Like, that just sounds like Chinese whispers to me. Like, and that's easily manipulated, right? So, I mean... I don't know.
I don't know. Look, I watched a video on YouTube, okay?
Must be true.
This shit's real. I don't
Just
know.
like everything we say is completely true.
Everything. Yeah, everything that we say. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I found it interesting. Again, going back to the paintings and things like that.
There's actually a painting you found, Kane, which I think goes in with the religion side of things.
Yeah, there's loads, man.
So tell us about this one.
I think it was the other way.
Go on. Again, so this one, I've got it written down again, is called Fresco on the ceiling. This was painted in 1350. So you can see here, it's Jesus Christ, and as you'll be able to see, on the left and the right of him there, there's like two beings that are in sort of pods, and they're off. Now, this is in the Dekani Monastery in Serbia, so you can go and see this, and it's on the ceiling, which is what actually fresco means, right? So before this was painted, right, it had to be approved due to a level of detail, and if for whatever reason it didn't have the right amount of detail, it would have been refused. So to have sort of flying things in the background, people are like, ufologists are like, this represents a UFO at the crucifixion of...
Yeah, I mean, that is interesting. I'm just trying to think of, the other side, what that could represent. It could represent...
Sun and the moon.
Well, that comes to...
I mean, a painting's not a photo, is it?
But this one's very special.
This one's very cool. So this one is called the Madonna with the Saint Giovanni. So this was painted in the 15th century. So you can see the Virgin Mary there, looking down on two children, right? And as you can see in the background there's something just there. Yeah. So if we zoom in here, you can see that, right?
Okay.
So
that looks like the painting.
And bear in mind, look at the actual detail of the painting itself, right? He's not going to put a little smudge in the sky, is he?
But that's what I mean.
And ruin the whole thing.
What is that? This is a frequent...
But how can we say that smudge didn't come afterwards? Although saying that, it's a little guy looking.
No, but that's...
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? These are frequent occurrences in painting.
It looks like he's holding an iPhone as well, doesn't it?
Camera.
Yeah, that's it. He's taking a picture.
He does look like...
We need to see what he's taking a picture of.
He does look like he's holding a camera as well.
But that could also...
There's another one as well. There is this one. It's called the Baptism of Christ. So you can see here it's very, very faint. You can see the little circle with the beams coming down. Yeah, again, it's not the best one. Is obviously this one, 100%.
Yeah, because that other one there, that one that you just touched on there, that could be representing heaven.
The heavens opening, and that was what when I looked into it, that was what was said.
Yeah.
So it was representative of the heavens opening and coming down, but they all seem to be disc-shaped objects. This one here, the Annunciation with Saint Emidus, 1486. Again, a circle-shaped object with a laser, with a beam of light coming down onto her there. So, if you zoom in...
I see that very similar to the one we just looked at, though.
Yeah.
That's just the light from heaven.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Well, you'd be
it's open for interpretation, but it's interesting.
But what if this, this whole heaven is actually mistaken for being something like that back then?
And that's how
they perceive. Yeah. That's just how they explained it.
That's what I was saying about, like, I was looking at the Mayans and the Aztecs. There's rooms that are thousands of years old, right? And there's engravings of rockets and hieroglyphics. There's like the hieroglyphics of helicopters that look like helicopters.
Yeah,
that look like helicopters. And it's like, well, where is it coming from? Whether it's a dream, whether it's an apparition, whether it's a message.
Maybe they had time travel back then.
Yeah, maybe. Time travel, that's a whole new episode.
That's good. No, but it is crazy when you look at some of the things that they built back then. You think, how did they build that? With no technology. They didn't have the technology we have today. How did they, did you say, look at the pyramids? How did they build that? I mean, obviously, there's, you just get loads of slaves to do it, but still, it's insane, isn't it?
To have that amount of people to work on one product would be ridiculous, though.
But they had a lot of slaves.
I don't know. I think it's just. Do you know what I think? I think it is with me. I think it's too mind baffling.
I just find it really difficult.
I need concrete proof. That's the way I look at it. I need concrete. You need to show me something that I actually go, actually, okay.
So the world's been around for
I haven't seen that.
Millions, billion years, whatever. Yeah. Why only now are we? I've got a tablet right in front of me. These just artificial intelligence and things. Why only now is this happening? Yet the world's been, all these materials have been on this earth that whole time.
Yeah, but we haven't been around for 5 years.
Yeah, but what's the so
we've been around.
The advancements in technologies come so quick, so fast.
Exactly.
But the more technology you get, the easier it is to make more technology that's more advanced.
Of course.
That's where the more advanced you are, the easier it is.
I still think we've had help.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think modern advancements have almost come out of nowhere, some of them, and you just go, how have you done that without having some kind of assistance from elsewhere? So I'm a firm believer that there are currently aliens on Earth working in conjunction with governments around the world.
Right. You would find out that fucking pigeons are aliens.
I personally believe there are aliens visiting Earth.
Okay.
I don't think they are directly working with the government. I think that they're observing the planet, and that's why we get these odd occasional sights. The government are aware they're there, but they don't like it in the press because it freaks people out, and they like to keep everything calm and relaxed. That's what I think, and I think one day will come where there will be very strong evidence that will change people like yourself and yourself.
I hope there is.
Yeah, and I think that day will be very soon. And even SETI, the institution.
You sound like the Lord will one day come down and he will strike his vengeance upon thee.
But for me, it's not even
do you know what I mean?
Someone could go to me, proving you wrong. No, I'm not telling you there isn't life out there. I'm just saying
you need to see it with your own eyes.
Well, the institution, so the institution SETI, right, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, they have said, without doubt, within this next 100 years, we will have concrete proof of life on other.
Within the next 100 years.
Within the next.
We'll be dead by then.
Well, it could be
time, then,
it could be the next.
I think it'll be before that.
Yeah. I personally think this is within. I personally think it being within the next 30 years.
Right. Okay. So conclusion. We're going to conclude.
Yeah.
So Dave, you're a firm believer.
Yeah, I do. I stand by what I say. I think the evidence is pretty much out there for all to see.
Yeah.
I do believe that there are hoaxes out there, and I think people are jumping on the bandwagon, but that doesn't completely discredit all of the real stuff that's out there.
Yeah. I mean, my view is yes, definitely there's intelligent life out there somewhere. I just don't think they're here, personally.
Yeah. Like I say, I said my view. I think 100% we're being observed. I think there are, UAPs, as we say, visiting Earth and studying our planet. And I encourage everyone listening to this to spend more time looking at the sky, because the more people look, the more chance you're going to see something.
Yeah.
And then it's going to move forward quicker.
Well, I
They're going to sit on the fence like a pussy.
Yeah, nah.
Just like me with the
Totally,
COVID.
yeah. I mean, it's
I think you've been
totally-
quite clear with what
Yeah,
you.
it's totally believable.
But you want to
bullshit.
believe, don't you?
It's totally, yeah.
He wants to,
Yeah.
and I do.
Are you Mulder out of X-Files? You want to believe.
I want to believe, yeah. I want to. Of course I do. I'm a romantic. I love the space. I love sky. I want to believe. Just there's not enough out there at the minute for me to see because everything's filmed on a fucking potato. So
Yeah.
Do you know
Well,
what-
that is true. Whenever we get footage,
Yeah,
it's always
on a potato.
you're filming it like that.
I think
You can hardly see it. It's blurry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's it.
yeah, it's not great videos out there.
That's also what makes me go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And also, you can really edit things now
Yeah.
to look.
Well, that's it. Like
Christopher.
Hollywood, CGI and all that. It's so easy to
Which is
fake
why
things.
even a video wouldn't really convince
But
me.
that's
I need
why
to see it
I
myself.
only
You
really
need
focus.
it to kiss you on the mouth.
Yeah.
do.
But that's why it's
Have you
important.
seen deep fakes now? You
Yeah,
can make
oh,
us,
yeah,
that.
But this is exactly the reason why it's important to only focus on the videos that have literally come from classified to declassified. They were classified for
For
a
a reason. They
Well, no,
wouldn't-
that's true. I
So
agree.
focus on those stuffs. Don't look so much at like stuff that's splashed all over YouTube and stuff like that. When
Your,
there's
your
hard,
neighbour who got taken up and probed.
yeah, things like that. Just focus on videos that have been classified, then thought to be declassified because there's a reason why they were classified in the first place.
That's true.
But anyway, I think we'll wrap things up there.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for listening again. As always, we want to hear your comments. So especially on this subject, do you believe? Don't you believe? Have you had any experiences yourself? Let us know. That'd be great to hear what you've seen or haven't seen. And obviously, don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, and yeah, we'll see you next time next week. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.